Majesty out of gate 2, Incanto Prepared 1. They're away, and he stepped away cleanly, did Incanto Prepared. Glorious Lover goes back to last with Methane, and going forward is All Best Friends with More Than Enough, who quickly heads him off and run the table right there. Red Majesty pulling his block off into the first turn as they head around that turn out of the straight. Incanto Prepared is now 3 back the fences. More Than Enough got across to the lead and the rail. Kieran posted 3 deep, no cover. Glorious Lover back over on the inside. He's in the rear half, just a fraction worse than midfield. Super Bella wider. Speed to Exceed in the centre, and then came Happy Ishaban 3 deep around Methane, the rail, and Pakistan Friend last. But there'd only be 8 lengths from top end to tail, 27.49. So they whizzed along in that first section, and it is More Than Enough who shows out. 3/4 run the table, taking a good tug second there on the outside. Kieran 3 deep, and then came All Best Friends on the rail. Red Majesty between them. Happy Ishaban taking off 4 deep down the back straight, followed by Super Bella, who's on the 3 wide train. Back on the inside is Incanto Prepared, midfield the favourite. Speed to Exceed at the 600 called upon from Glorious Lover, Pakistan Friend, and Methane last. They start to spread out a little, heading towards the 450. More Than Enough seems to be travelling well enough. Leads here Happy Ishaban, who's done a tough run the table, followed there by All Best Friends. Moreira hasn't moved an inch on Incanto Prepared. Needs an ounce of luck, switches down to the inside. Red Majesty, Glorious Lover, Kieran and Methane behind them. The leader is More Than Enough below the 200 metres. Shows out Incanto Prepared. He's darting up the rail and he's finishing fast. Glorious Lover behind them. But here comes win number 1,000 for the Magic Man, Joe Moreira, here in Hong Kong. Only the 3rd ever jockey to do it, and too good. Incanto Prepared beats home second. More Than Enough, I think, just wanted to lug out over the final stages. Glorious Lover, All Best Friends, Methane, and Red Majesty at the head of the rest. Speed to Exceed, followed back in the field by Super Bella. Kieran was a long way back, as too was Pakistan Friend. Behind those runners would have been Red Majesty, Happy Ishaban, and he would have been one of the last on crossing there with Run the Table. So 1,000 winners there for Joe Moreira. He's gone bang, bang in the first 2 races. That one by a bigger margin than what the first one was. And Incanto Prepared goes off at 2.4 and 1.
Our favourite and winner, Inside Gate. Barrier number 1. Jumps out quite smartly, looking for the speed. Well, we thought that Pakistan Friend was going to roll forward from barrier number 8. He just wasn't quick enough out of the gates, and Jerry Chow, you can see, accepts that now and just wants to drop in and find some cover. So it is More Than Enough who rolls forward from barrier 9 and does manage to get across here. 27.49, the early split standard is 27.9. She's had to do a little bit of work, Paul, but then Neil's able to get a breather into him. I say that actually, 23.64 standard, 24.10, but he looks in a really good rhythm. Run the Table sitting there in second place. Kieran having to cover a little bit of ground from barrier 10. That's in the white jacket, looking for the eventual winner. And he's 3 back on the fence. As you see, All Best Friends get a little bit keen there. He's much like the leader in a very good rhythm. Incanto Prepared.
Yeah, and he's going really nicely, isn't he? More Than Enough at this stage. He does get the speed wobbles late, but stays on nicely for second. You can see Run the Table just on his outside. He's doing it nicely. Happy Ishaban will sleep well tonight. He's pretty wide there, as is Kieran. Pace starting to go into the race now. You can see them all just getting a little bit more urgent. But while all this is happening, Joe Moreira just doing it nice and quietly. 3 back on the rail.
Yeah, on the C+3 course. So the way the rail is positioned here, it naturally throws the horses out into the centre of the track. So sitting back there thinking he needs a gap, but it should, and you might get a good look at it here. It cuts back quite quickly, so there's the opportunity for Joe to cut back to the inside as everybody else now comes down the middle. More Than Enough given plenty out in front, but Incanto Prepared with that turn of foot. Glorious Lover from the back, looking for the other one, Super Bella. Methane up the inside there. He was last they swung for home. He's made up some good ground as well, but Incanto Prepared is off and gone, makes it 1,000 winners.